Hello everyone, welcome to the Drive Stakeholder Value Introduction. I'm very happy to be here and excited to share with you some of the insight of the Drive Stakeholder Value publication. It is very focused on the key stakeholders. How do they interact with each other? What kind of engagement do they have? How the value is co-created? How each one of these can contribute to the overall value co-creation and the benefit which they realize out of it. So if you look at the first overview of the DSV, you would realize that the focus of the coverage is on all types of stakeholders. Let it be service consumers, let it be service providers, or many more beyond those. But the idea is to capture their engagements and interaction, because these are the two aspects which eventually are critical in creating the value. If you look in terms of the entities involved, as I was saying before, the just service provider and service consumer, but there are customers who are actually paying for the services or are actually providing their demands for it. There are sponsors who are paying for it. There are users who are consuming it. There are service partners who are involved in actual contributing to the service value chain itself. So these are various entities which are involved. And the approach which has been taken by this best practice is to focus on customer's journey. And it is obviously for the direct reason that if you see the way the customer progresses from his journey towards from demand to receiving the value, it starts right at the explore step and completes that realization of value itself. And that is why it is important to understand that this particular best practice helps you to guide three critical aspects in their focus. First is about fostering the relationship. That is a key aspect in terms of various relationship between the different types of stakeholders. The second is you must have a clear-cut understanding of the various markets which are involved and how do these markets interact with each other. And last but not least, you must be able to understand how exactly the value is captured and which kind of entities are contributing to this value. Then if you look at the overall contribution, when let's say a customer is giving a demand, how exactly does it translate into value through IT enabled services? Because these are the set of services, products and services which are creating value as offering to the customer. And we must understand how this exact conversion takes place. It also tells the application of this best practice is completely across different type of organization. Let it be a BFSI, let it be a telco, let it be a manufacturing, because it's easily adaptable and it's easily adaptable to all such industries. Our experience has been that as long as you have a set of stakeholders which have a very clear understanding of the value they want to create, this is applicable across big, small, or multiple verticals. And last but not least, at the end of the day, it eventually promises and delivers how exactly to establish, maintain, and develop effective service relationship. Because entire driving of stakeholder value depends upon how exactly is the engagement between the service provider, consumer, and its stakeholders. And how is this value overall realized and how it is appropriately consumed at each of its level. Drive stakeholder value has got some key principles, and these key principles are of course surrounded by and focusing on the stakeholder value and its stakeholders itself as the first and foremost principle. It also has got the focus on almost 6 more different principles, but stakeholder is at its right center, and obviously for the reasons where the relationship and the engagement are with these stakeholders. If you look at one of the key principles, which is service consumers, you will realize there are 3 entities involved. One is the customer itself, the second is the user, and the third is the sponsor. Each one of them have their role to play when service consumption part. The next one is about service relationship, and these are in different organizations, are of different type and different size. One of the things is that there are basic relationships which are just focused on support and efficiency. Then there are cooperative relationships, which are actually focused on improvement and efficiencies. And then lastly, there are partnership, where long-term partnership between service provider and consumer are more focused on simultaneous innovation and growth for both of them. Then once you look at the customer journey, right from its exploration stage to the realization stage, you realize the key is in its experience, either customer side of experience or user side of experience, because finally it's about not just the functional aspect, but very much the emotional interactions happening are also of critical nature, how it is being perceived by either the customer or the user. In terms of visibility, important aspect covered is what are the activities involved and what are the resources consumed in this service relationship. How are they generating value? How are they contributing to each other? How they can be optimized for providing value to right set of stakeholders. And at the end of the day, when the value is not just created by just one side of the chain, it is provider as well as consumer, it's all the stakeholders which must do their part for provision of this value. And to succeed, the provider must actively interact with each other and other sides of the stakeholders as well. And finally, if you look at the last principle, which is focusing on how exactly is this offered to the customers or the service consumers, it's in the part of products and services, because they eventually represent the kind of services, the kind of goods, the kind of service actions which will be performed based on the consumer's need. So that's all for this in this video. I'm very excited because this is a multi-part video series, and I hope you're able to get two key aspects in this presentation. One, where we focus on the overview of the DSV, and the second, we focus on what are the key principles of driving stakeholder value. Thank you so much for watching. We are very happy for you to continue to watch with us. Thank you for your presence today. You can always reach us at our website, which is given here, or you can also reach us at the mail which is provided here. Thank you again and have a good day. Bye-bye.